Alright, so I'm using heavy spoilers for this video for clips and scenes and stuff. But Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, Godzilla. Okay, so I was kind of wrong on... Well, not necessarily. Because Mrs. Drago was the one who pointed out first, like, the idea, like, well, maybe... I think I did bring it up, too. Like, the idea that these points that they're going to in Monarch, that they're actually portals into Hollow Earth, like we see in Godzilla vs. Kong. Which seems like what they are. I think maybe there might still be some radiation thing, because whenever they blow that shit up, things happen. Oh yeah, that's kind of a Doctor Who reference. Let's see.
It's been implied by Monarch scientist Houston Brooks that the Hollow Earth isn't actually in the planet Earth at all, and is instead a pocket reality accessible by multiple subterranean wormholes across the planet that teleport these
I didn't expect... Wait, what?
The existence of the Hollow on the inside has been famously used to describe the Doctor's...
Yeah, they said bigger on the inside for, like, the Earth.
Time and relative dimension in space.
I gotta watch the newest seasons.
Known as the TARDIS. But another reason why I love that particular line is that it very much foreshadows the existence of the Hollow Earth, which is what Bill Randa was so close to discovering.
Hold on.
With this map. Because like I mentioned in my last video on Monarch Legacy of Monsters, in Legendary's Monsterverse, it's been implied by Monarch scientist Houston Brooks that the Hollow Earth isn't actually in the planet Earth at all, and is instead a pocket reality accessible by multiple subterranean wormholes.
I don't know if I want it to be that, though. I think I kind of like the idea more that it is its own... It is a pretty much a small Earth, or its own world within the Earth. It also makes sense of why there's two halves of Sideways, and also why Godzilla can also make portals to it. Also, Godzilla is a badass. I don't know why I needed to say that right now. But yeah,
across the planet that teleport these kaiju across both realities. This is also literally how the TARDIS works in...
But yeah, pretty much to simplify, this is another back and forth episode where we're having between the past and the future. Even like at some points where certain characters are in the past, and then we see where their descendants are in the future. We'll cover the past one first. Shaw is pretty much, we find out Shaw is pretty much trying to close all the portals. He's trying, like, that is his plan. That's what he means by he wants to help Godzilla. He wants to help Godzilla because he believes Godzilla is trying to keep the Titans in their world and the humans in their world, and just try to everyone stay with their own people, I guess. We don't need freaking Biollante coming up, even though Biollante is human made and honestly would be a pretty good bad guy in the Monsterverse ones. They could, like, it'd be like now instead of they're going with mechanical, they're trying to genetically create a kaiju. Anyways, so Godzilla. So you have a back and forth where
they have
to deal with the what is it? Is it Puck or whatever the hell his name is? The guy who's been an asshole, who's taking over for Monarch, who was taking over after Shaw kind of blew his chance to become the commander. But this guy's like, look, we don't need to worry about them Titans that don't exist. We needs to worry about them Russians. So the idea is that he's gonna put in his report, say Monarch doesn't need the funding, and that way they can move the money to more human things such as Russia, Black Widow and all that. And so Shaw tells Kiko and Billy, like, look, make notes. Yeah, this is where this scene is. Look, take notes, everything. I need reports on everything, any little detail, any notes and all that stuff. We need everything we can on Titans, how they mate, how they this, how they that. And, like, Kiko and this guy are like, we don't know any of that. Like, we barely know. It's like, well, figure it out. We need that if we want to keep this going. And so, they get on to that thing, trying to figure that stuff out. And Billy also eventually, after also, we'll bring that up. Billy, after working late, he does actually because Kiko brings up about this map, saying like, look, it's like you're building a house built by an insane man, which is kind of like a Winchester house. Like, there's doors here that lead to nowhere. There's stairways that go nowhere, and all this stuff. And only when an ant kind of works its way under the map through a little hole while making this map, because they're trying to again make the map to show where all the times were recorded, do they come up with the hollow Earth theory, which we later on find, which then leads to leads this guy to go to Kiko's house to try to tell her tell her this, and then I think they played it pretty smart, because it makes it seem like Lee and Kiko are gonna. Yeah, Shaw. Yeah, Lee and Kiko are gonna have like an affair. It turns out no, it's Kiko actually has a son, Hiroshi, which I just found the image. I don't know. Hiroshi, which I believe is the dad. So the question now is why? The question is like, okay, so that means the twins are not related to Billy at all, or even Shaw at that point. I think. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. So yeah, Hiroshi. So he's not related to anyone. They're not. This family line is not related to at least those as well. So I don't know if they're gonna tie in like who his dad is later. I don't know if it's because we already saw Shirazawa, so I doubt it'd be that. Or I don't know if they're gonna try to pull something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll pull something like. And they don't have to do this because obviously they can just do adoption and all that stuff because that seems like what it's going for. But Hiroshi, like they could do something also along the lines because in Godzilla King of the Monsters, you do see, like Monarch having the Mothra twins, even though it's not like whatever, but like through generations the Mothra twins. So they could do something kind of similar to that. But then again, no, because I feel like, well, I guess they're kind of changing it now because I was trying to think like Godzilla could have a human friend too in a sense, but I think they kind of did that with Kitazawa. So I don't know if they would actually do that again, but that pretty much leads to the future where these guys are like, well, shit, we have to stop Shaw because he's busting these holes open. I think this is it. He's destroying the holes to end it, and like we see also that like when they close these holes, it's like a big ass explosion. So who knows how that's gonna play out? But they go back to where Kiko quote unquote died. Though it wouldn't surprise me if we're gonna find her maybe next episode or not, because yeah, they find out that these lead to Hollow Earth, which it's also really funny because then Shaw pulls in Kate, the sister, and tells her this like I'm closing the portals. Is it about atonement? Yes, but it also, I'm helping Godzilla because I'm I'm helping keep the kaiju there, the Titans, keep all of these guys in their own little world, keep them all in their world, and we'll stay in ours, and we don't have to worry about a G-Day ever again. Kate then tries to talk him out of it a little bit. And he's like, Kate even asks him, why did you call me here? And I like what Shaw's answer. Shaw's answer is like, it's because you looked in his eyes and you knew Godzilla's not a mindless animal. He's doing this for a reason. And I like that. I like that a lot because it elevates Godzilla. Because that's also the thing, too, on certain things. Like, I think some people kind of misinterpret, like, some things, like, in the, like, Godzilla King of the Monsters movie and stuff like that. Like, when they say certain human characters are, like, useless or something like that, or, like, they don't, like, they're not, if you're like, I liked, like, the dad, like, Eleven's dad in that one, specifically because he, in a way, connects with Godzilla, because he's like, I know he's smart, and also, but I also know he is still an animal also, so I can tell, like, okay, he's doing this, that means we need to back the hell up, or he's gonna kill us. like, I like that, like, he understands kind of almost like their language, and they understands their language. And we obviously see something like that with Kong, too, where he's able to sign language. So, like, these kaijus, these titans are smarter than people think. They're not just mindless animals, but also they are still forces of nature, which I like that. I don't know, it's really cool. And I like the idea that they look into Godzilla's eyes and like, oh yeah, like you're like they are living they are like they are smart creatures. I love that shit. Also, one thing I actually also love too is Shaw says like, what's down there is their world. I know because I saw it. I'm like, what? How? Like, because again, I like I don't necessarily want it to be that Hollow Earth is just another pocket world. They could, and it'll be okay, I guess. SCP kind of did that with like their kaiju world. Also Titan Tech. But they could do that, I guess. But I don't think they need to. I prefer like the idea where it's more physically. Plus, also it makes more sense with everything. But also like it makes more sense because Godzilla. Because it's funny because Shaw's straight saying like, I want to close these so another G never happens again. And all this stuff. Godzilla wants this, and it's just funny to think about that because Godzilla later on, I don't think he's that strong right now at this point. I think it's after he fights Ghidorah. Well, after he gets hit with, like, the nuke and all this other stuff that he becomes strong enough to do this. Where he's able to make his own portals. Like, in Hong Kong, there is now a portal to Hollow Earth that Godzilla created with his atomic breath. So, on one hand, I don't know necessarily that, like, counteracts, like, that Shaw's idea. Or it's more along the lines that Godzilla, in a sense, now is the gatekeeper of the Hollow Earth. To the point where he could, like, even if they close all of the holes to Hollow Earth, Godzilla has the power to carve his way down there. To create his own portals there. And I find that really interesting and cool. But also, if they go with the idea that it's another universe or another world down there, does that I think that just puts Godzilla on an even bigger playing field of he's like even more godlike than we're realizing because he like again they harken in like one of the Godzilla versus Kong books that Godzilla's atomic breath is like something specific to him, specific to Godzilla, because and like others of his race don't have this power. Because of something like he absorbed and or ate a star, or the radiation of a star, and allowed him to have the blue atomic breath, and that's the atomic powers, all that stuff. Which, again, is giving me questions on what this is. Is this a new atomic power that he absorbed? And also, like, because there's the Shimo, I think. I saw a toy of it, and I didn't see it at the Target here, and now, like, god damn it. So, like, I want to get it. But, like, he has a purple crystal, and, like, you kind of see, like, the Scar King or whatever the hell is. He looks like he has, like, Godzilla's blue energy in his eyes. So, I want to know what the hell is up with that. Because, like, it looks like, yeah, if that's the case, yeah, hell yeah. But, it's interesting. And then, seeing the actually, let's see, what does he say about this?
Is instead a pocket reality accessible by multiple subterranean wormholes.
Which, I honestly kind of thought the wormholes were just, like, the gravity switching. Like, it's the the inner world has its own gravity, and then our world obviously has its gravity, so they're both kind of counteracting each other, and that creates that force hole thing that only Titans can cross, because they're durable enough.
Across the planet that teleport these kaiju across both realities. This is also literally how the TARDIS works in...
I get it. Yeah, because they say, like, you're making a place that seems like it's bigger on the inside. But... yeah, I don't know. Like, this is, I love this. I love all this. I love the world building of this. Because again, that's so, like, I love the Monsterverse movie, especially for like its world building. Like, you know, Godzilla has an underwater kingdom. Is this Atlantis? I don't know, but, you know, it's like stuff like that, and it slowly builds up on it. And like I like kind of how they're building up this right now. Like, this is definitely the meat of this show that I want to see more of. I want to see more about, learn about more about this stuff. And we might get more of it because while they're going through like the where Kiko got taken, they do find like the shells of the bugs that were there before, which is really funny because the brother at one point goes, when Columbo steps on a bug, he's like, oh my god, and then his brother's like, aren't you the Monarch guy? And the Monarch guy, and Columbo looks at him and goes, shut up. But at the very end, where Shaw's like, this is too late for like going back, we're closing this, like this now. And also they also kind of make it like almost a thing about faith too, because Shaw's whole thing is that Monarch does nothing. Like, they'll have data about something, and then they'll study that data again and again and never do anything. Where Shaw's like, we have to do, and like Kate goes like, how do you know this is gonna do anything? How do you know this is gonna stop it? He's like, it's not about like, do you have any data on this? It's not about data. It's about belief at this point. I'm like, one, yeah, that's the you know, you screw up belief, you could screw up a bunch of people over. But also on that same note, like, I kind of like that idea, too, because there is the idea of, like, you know, these guys being ancient gods and being worshipped and all that. So it kind of almost harkens a little back to that also. But it also plays with a cool idea. It also plays, like, you know, like, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, really. But also, like, Shaw says he went down there. And then at the very end, when he blows everything up, Kate falls in, which one of those big bugs comes up, too, almost to eat them. But Kate falls in. Or May falls in, Kate falls in, Shaw falls in, but trying to hold Kate, like, don't let go of my hand, you know, so calling back to holding when he dropped when Kiko fell in. So they both just fall in, and the episode just ends there. I'm like, oh my god! Luckily, like, the last 2 episodes are done for me, so I can watch them right now, and I probably will. But like, it's a question of like, so how are we doing this? Like, is it certain portals only have that gravity reversal that'll crush you to death? And, like, maybe certain other portals, like, they don't have that? Because I want to see what's going to happen with Godzilla. Because now I'm like, wait, are we actually going to go to Hollow Earth? Are we going to see Godzilla, like, fight something more in Hollow Earth itself? Are we going to get hints at things to come? Because also, they've apparently raised up the when Godzilla X Kong is coming out, New Empire. So, why? But, like, also I'd say no, like, okay, I'm okay with it coming out as long as, you know, everything's done and it's looking nice, because I want to see this movie. But, like, is this gonna lead into that, in a sense? Like, are we fleshing out more of Hollow Earth and more of kind of how these all work and stuff, because that's gonna play a point in Godzilla X Kong. I'm excited to see that. I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen next. Tell me what you're going to comment below. Thanks for watching. It is great. I gotta get like they have a Godzilla X Kong of Kong, where he's a big one, and I gotta find that one because I want to get him and I want to get the small Shimu, whatever. Scar King, but yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. But it's great. Also, Godzilla vs. Kong is freaking great. Like, that's probably one of my favorite ones to really, really look at. Like, at least, like, visually, and, like, the blue. It looks great. It also shows how powerful Godzilla is in the book, because he uses atomic breath a lot, showing, like, how powerful he is. And, like, just look how big he's gonna be and how much powerful he's gonna be.